third grade, welcome back to the Mr. Rodriguez Show. Hey, by now, you should have 15 of these buildings on your paper. Three-dimensional buildings, might I add. Remember, you started out by drawing the rectangle, and then you added your diagonal line on the side here. And what we're going to do is we're going to start adding windows right here. And what you're going to need here is definitely a pencil, definitely a ruler. I don't need to mention that you need your picture. But we're going to go on adding windows. And this is going to be a very, very, very tedious kind of job because you're going to do a lot of making straight lines here. And I've started adding windows right here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of erase these and start over so I can kind of give you a better idea. So to do windows, you want to make sure that they're all straight with each other. So this, you want to make sure they're all straight with each other and that they're not, messy lines and stuff like that. That's where the ruler is going to come in. So what I'm going to do is to make a window, just simply make a square with your ruler, just like that. There you go. Hey, look. And now I'm going to make one that's right next to it. Same dealio. Just like that. And I make it so it's right up next to this one, and it's, if I put a line underneath, it's all on the same. So I'm going to need to do that all the way through my building here. I told you this was going to be kind of a tedious job here, adding windows. So you could do that route, just like that, and then go through and add windows all the way through. That will take a lot of forever. So here's a good way, is you're going to line up, I'm going to do it right here. I'm going to line up my first window right here. I'm going to make a square line, okay? Just like that. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to make a light straight line up top and on the bottom, just like that, a light straight line. Then what I can do is I can just go right along with my ruler. And look, there's my windows right there. I can also, I'm going to make this line a little darker. I can also take my ruler, go down this way, go down this way. See how I'm lining up with these sidelines right here? Go down that way, go down that way. Just like that. So now I have rows that go down, little columns that go down. Then I can literally just take my ruler and just make a line in those columns and go literally all the way down my building. See how I'm not crossing into this line right here? I'm staying within here. And I'm just going to do that all the way till I get to the bottom here. Just like that. Look at that. Building right there. Now, do windows look like that in every single building? No, they don't. Some they have the entire walls are literally glass. And if you've ever gone to if you ever seen like the Amway Grand downtown, like they have windows that look like this, where it's glass throughout the entire building. Glass walls, I guess. Windows throughout. One more. Then I can just go like this. Like that. Now I'm staying only on the front rectangle side, which is what I want you to do. And again, not every building looks like this. Some have rounded windows and stuff like that. Like maybe right here, you want to add like a big arched window. Like that. You can add something like that. You can do windows that just go clear across your skyscraper just like this. But what I want you to do is you're going to go through the rest of your 15 buildings and you're going to add windows on them. And it's going to take a bit. This is a highly developed drawing, but this is also one that I think is going to really help you kind of understand form a little better. So I'm going to shoot in a fast forward and I'm going to go through and I'm going to hit all the windows on the front, the rectangle part. I'm not going to worry about the diagonal part because that'll be after I go into fast motion. So, hitting the fast motion button. Here we go. All right, so I did windows on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 buildings. That is all that I'm going to be asking you to do. What we're going to do for this diagonal, though, is this side is going to act like the shadow side. Now, I say that in a sense of more terms. You're going to hear me say shadows and form shadows and cast shadows. We're going to deal with form shadows today. And how I'm going to do that is, let's say we have a cube, okay? And this cube sits like this. And on this side, we have a light. We'll just say it's the light is shining this way. The light is going to hit this side, which means this side that we don't see is going to be the brightest side. That means this side is going to be the place where we do not see the light because it is blocked by this shape. So we have what's called a shadow. But it's not just any kind of shadow. It is called a form shadow. Form shadow means the shadow is on the form. So those are going to be the kind of shadows that we deal with today when we go into our buildings. So I'm going to go into the buildings and I'm going to look for all my diagonal sides. And I'm going to add shadows to them. So I simply just take my pencil and I'm going to lightly shade them in. I'm not going to want to get onto any of my other buildings. I'm going to want to take my time, be careful. Okay? Just like this. And I'm going to go in and I am going to shade the diagonal side of all 15 of my buildings. All right, all my buildings have 15 shadows. I now have a three-dimensional cityscape with buildings, with shadows, with windows. Oh man, my wrist is tired, but that's good. All right, hey, do you think you guys can do this? 15 buildings, I'll have 10 with windows. All of them need to have shadows on their diagonal side, form shadows. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so stoked. These look awesome so far, so I'm so stoked to see where these get. I will see you next time.